One of our biggest ability as moms is to look homeless 1 minute and slay the next minute. But that's not why I'm doing this video. Now, most people have been asking, I've been getting a lot of questions around what to know when you're traveling with your kids, especially if you're going on a long distance trip for the first time, which was my experience from Nigeria to Singapore. About 17 hours flight, over 17 hours flight. And I went from Abuja to Lagos and Lagos to Doha and Doha to, I can't remember the name of the airport at Singapore. Now, nothing prepares you enough, right? But here are a few things for you to note if you're a mom and you're planning a trip. Now, I went with a toddler and with a baby. In fact, the baby is almost a toddler as well, but he clocked one while we're there. You see this wrapper? Don't underestimate the essence of this wrapper. So, I traveled with the stroller, and thankfully I did not forget the wrapper. Now, when we were going to board the flight leaving Lagos, the stroller was packed and tagged as it was going to go with other luggages. Fragile, it had to go. So because it's not you can collapse it, but it's not compatible enough to go on air with us. So we had to move it. So when we got to Doha and it was time to find the terminal to go board the connecting flight, if not for this wrapper, we would have seen something. So thank God I had wrapper with me. So we packed in. It was quite, Doha airport is massive, by the way. So it was quite a journey finding our way and then having to walk that stretch. My baby has weight, serious weight. So if the wrapper was not with me, I would have seen something. So please do not feel like, oh, it's not fancy enough, because nobody's going to help you. And it's important that you are not feeling too stressed, because wrapper is important. Trust me. Know this and know peace. Never travel without your wrapper. Comfort toys. Now, what makes your kid really, really comfortable? For my toddler, it's Elmo, right? She has this little Elmo that she moves all over the place. Unfortunately, we lost it, I think, at Doha. I'm not sure now. But we lost it by the time we arrived at Singapore. And, well, while we made that trip, it was really helpful because she kept it really close, I don't know how we lost it, but maybe when we were sitting and waiting for our connecting flight, that happened. So William doesn't have any. Again, breast, maybe. So the breast was with him all the way. So there is that. And when we went to the Universal Studios, there was a store where they were selling different sizes of Elmo. So she insisted that we get one. So, and of course, we were going on another long trip coming back. So we knew that we picked one. And because I was very much concerned about how she lost the other one, I think I just managed to talk her into keeping this other one. So I locked it up in a box because it was quite pricey to avoid stealing that touch. So yes, so I packed lots of diaper. I think I bought at the airport here in Lagos, I bought a pack of diaper and I just scattered it in my bag. Now, I didn't know that on Qatar Airways they will give you a kit that has two diaper, wipes, a powder and a lotion, just to make your baby comfortable. I didn't know that. So I packed lots of diaper. But then at some point I used the one I was given. Unfortunately, William immediately, the butt reacted to it, so I had to use my own diaper. I won't mention the name of the particular brand. So that means that if your baby doesn't react a lot or doesn't react at all, you might not need to pack diaper. You just need to request as often as you. There's also a disposable bag to dispose the diaper in. So I would say that I didn't know that diaper would be given to me, so I packed so much diaper because I didn't want to run out of diaper. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, please do that now, okay? Now, I was talking about things to note when you're planning to take your kids or your kid on a trip, long distance trip. Now, one thing that I know is I am known, my husband knows me, I can't overpack because I do not want to get to a point where I need something and it's like, oh, I left this thing at home because I was trying to be modest in my load. So when I'm going out with my kids, it's as though I'm traveling for every trip, even if it's a 30 minutes drive. I like to be prepared. So you'll find food always with me, you'll find snacks, you'll find water. I like to be prepared. I don't like to get to a place and then I'm looking to buy a bottle of water. I don't like it. So going to the airport, I had biscuits in my bag, I had juice, and I know at some point, at some checkpoints, I had to drop some things. I had my hot water flask. It was always, not this one, I have a smart one that I use. It's quite small, always in my bag. So at every point when I go to the check at the airport, it's for the baby because I might have to make food. So I had sachet of food for my kid, for my baby, right? And for the girl, she's quite adventurous with food, but if she doesn't really like it, biscuits is our go-to. So I had options. They had options for the kids as well on the plane, especially what do you call them now? Qatar Airways. We flew with Qatar Airways, so that was that about food. Even though at some point William was a bit cranky, but I'm really grateful to God that he managed it well. You know what suffered? My boobs. I would say it sucked for almost half of the time while we were flying. So once he's making a fuss, he just puts his mouth on it and he's good. He's smiling, right? Because I could hear other kids, people who had other kids, were screaming down the house, and I was just thanking God in my own little corner that this kid is cooperating, even though my breast was suffering. But I managed. I pulled through. Clothing. Now, I made a mistake with that, right? I did not pack very warm clothing when we were going. So by the time we were returning back to Nigeria, I ensured that I had sweaters for them in the bag. So when we were going, at some point it was quite cold, and I only took a denim jacket from Ufarama Oluwa, and at some point we just had to use the blanket to wrap up and even wrap up her brother. So I didn't pack warm clothing, and you need to take note of that as well. What else did I leave behind?
Thanks for watching.